you must tell them what happened. Tell Nigeria.
No, anything. I'm made them see my sofa, why they sofa now. Me man one made it. Last time made it see me. So that they go know the softness what me as
the governor or deputy governor.
No, the softness why the sofa, so that everything they go call me. My name is.
The judgment in respect of the petition against the declaration and election of His Excellency, the Governor and Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State was given by the Electoral Tribunal today. And we are happy that the Election Tribunal, in its wisdom, having reviewed the entire objections to the petition, the case on the merit came to the conclusion that the petition lacked merit, was an unnecessary waste of time of the court, and that on the merits that all the materials presented could not sustain the petition, and in its final decision dismissed the petition in its entirety while upholding all objections to its jurisdiction for several reasons. So we are very much satisfied with that decision of the court, and we thank the court in its wisdom. We thank the court for taking time to look at every aspect of the issues raised by all counsel to the petition, and most importantly to also arrive at a very apt and very excellent decision.
We are aware that there were 3 petitions here. Which one was decided?
Well, the one that was decided is the petition number 8, the one involving His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Diri, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Lawrence Erujapo, also involving the People's Democratic Party and INEC. Thank you.
Thank you, God, for giving our judiciary always the wisdom to do justice, particularly to electoral cases. And I say we thank God because the way our politicians go, and I mean all, I have no political ambition, I'm not a politician, I don't belong to any political party, and I don't intend to. If not because of the judiciary, the politicians would have since destroyed this country. How can somebody who had 38 votes, when the next person had 700 and something, come to an election tribunal?
Sir, face the camera, sir.
Because I'm ashamed of our politicians. That's why I'm not facing the camera. No, we're old people who should all try to build this country, not to destroy the country. Please always advise our politicians to build, not to destroy this country. Fortunately, our court system, I think to me, I may be wrong, but to me, as far as I'm concerned, we have one of the best judiciaries in the world. Quote me anywhere. Thank you.
Thanks. So who are you representing?
I'm counsel for His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa, Governor Diri, and we are very happy with the outcome of the petitions. 3 judgments today, all of them in our favor, and it's very, very interesting because if you listen to the judgment, you'll see that these are cases that ought not to have come before the tribunal in the first place. The case, no reasonable course of action. And when you look at a constituency, an election in which almost 500 votes were cast, and one of the petitioners scored only 37, the other one scored 91, and the highest scored 100, which means even members of his household could not have voted for him, let alone his party. These are frivolous cases that even brings to the fore this issue of having multiple parties participating in election. And this is an area that both the courts and the legislature must have to look at. Having 100 political parties does not in any way improve democracy. It doesn't in any way improve the quality of choice. What it does is to bastardize the process. Now, a lot of judicial time has been wasted in frivolous petitions because people refuse to learn to take defeat. We are happy that the tribunal went into this matter in detail. We are grateful for a very well-considered judgment, very analytical, and which, in our own view, has contributed enormously to the development of electoral jurisprudence. So we are very happy. All the cases, not even one of them disclosed any reasonable course of action. These are matters that ought not to have come before the tribunal. They were matters, when you look at the subject matter, these are essentially pre-election issues that would have been dealt with before the election itself. So we are very happy with the outcome, and we hope that Nigerian politicians will learn from this. Thank you very much.
The absence of merit in the petition. One of the petitioners, petition number two, Vija Opoma, he came with uniform today. His own certificate, primary school certificate, the 3 names on that certificate are radically different from the 3 names on the secondary school certificate. This is a man who did not go to university, and is accusing a man who went to university of forging results. And the deputy governor of Bayelsa, he did not just go to a university outside the country, he went to University of Science and Technology, Port Harcourt. So the frivolity of the petition is such that the Nigerian legal system, or the makers of our law, the National Assembly, needs to look at the need for us to trim down on the number of political parties we have, because some of them are just pocket. One of the petitions, that judgment will be delivered on Monday. 2 times he was given opportunity to nominate a deputy governor. 2 times this person brought somebody that was below the age of set by the Constitution for a deputy governor. So you can see the frivolities of the petition we are facing. But we thank God, it is their right to come to court, and it is also the right of the court to give judgment. And today, we've got judgment that vindicate the law and vindicate the deputy governor of Bayelsa State. So we thank God for this opportunity. PDP, I represent PDP, National Legal Advisor PDP.
You know, the center of all these petitions is of the deputy governor whom I represent. The most important thing today is that the court has found that all this allegation of forgery, all this allegation of falsification, all this allegation of underage against the deputy governor, the court has found them to be nothing but tissue of paper being floated for purposes of distraction. Today, the this record has been set straight. The tribunal has found that all these allegations are unfounded, and there is now enough time for the governance to take place, to go on. So we thank you very much, and we are very happy that no more time can somebody stand up and say the deputy governor's certificate, whether NYC or the degree certificate, is forged. The court has found them frivolous. Thank you very much.
Candidates submitted the first certificate to INEC has been cleared by the tribunal. The certificate is not forged, it's not fake. And the issue of spelling of O to D was cleared by the tribunal. This issue has been resolved in favor of the respondent. And to that extent, politicians are advised not to go to court on issues that are frivolous. It should be substance and issue that has quality of argument. Thank you very much.
What does PD stand for?
Pius Damba Pius. I'm the counsel to the petitioner, VJ Eldred Opoma. That we've listened to the judgment, and our take is that this is a technical justice instead of substantial justice. The court, of course, is at liberty to go with either the technicalities of the matter or the actual merit of the matter. But we believe that the era of technicality is supposed to be over. Courts are supposed to look at matters on their merit. Now, the petition was not granted simply because certain facts were not technically stated in the body of the petition. Although the tribunal found that indeed these certificates were mutilated, but that such mutilations were not stated in the body of the petition. This we feel is a technical justice. And we believe that looking at all the pleadings that the parties filed, especially the reply of the petitioners to all the respondents, which the tribunal rightly held that our reply is properly filed, but no such reference was made to our reply in taking cognizance of the mutilations we complain about in the delivery of this judgment. So we believe that this is just one hurdle. There are still many other rivers to cross for the respondents. It's just a step in the way. And we believe that at the end of the day, the Supreme Court, whom have actually taken the position that judgments should no longer be based on technicalities but on merit, will actually do the needful in the circumstance of our case.
So in essence, are you going on appeal?
Definitely.
Well, first of all, we want to give thanks to God today for what he has done. I also want to use this opportunity to thank my Blessed Mother, Mary, whose Assumption feast is being celebrated today. So it's a double celebration for me as a Catholic and double celebration for Bayelsans. We thank God that at last again, the judiciary in Nigeria has proven to what we expect them to do. And they are risen again to the occasion. Like we mentioned, when I appeared here, the last time I was summoned by the Tribunal, for purposes of morality and for respect for the judiciary, and to ensure and to prove to Nigerians that we had no skeleton in our cupboards, and that we also did not do anything wrong. We came, and at that time I said, we shall be vindicated. And so we thank God that we have been vindicated today. We thank God also because we know that some of these, most of the petitions, not all the petitions, were filed mala fide. They were filed in bad faith. Because after the Supreme Court judgment, there was no need for any petition, because ordinarily, all the petitions that ought to have been filed immediately after the declaration of the governorship election on the 16th of November 2019. But because some people feel that Bayelsa must not be at peace, because they believe and thrive in troublemaking and not allowing governors to thrive in Bayelsa State, they sponsored most of these petitions. We thank God, we thank the judiciary. We pray that the remaining two that are coming up on Monday will also come this week, because once the first person standing on the line march correctly, every other person dancing will also march correctly. So with this positive dance today from the judiciary, we believe that the other two cases will also go the same, because the issues are almost the same and substantially the same. So we believe that by the grace of God, the judiciary has vindicated us. God has also vindicated us. I want to use the opportunity to throw the olive branch again to our brothers who are on the other side, especially those who are beating the drum for the bird to dance on the road. Please stop beating the drums. Bayelsa will be better. Look at what happened 3 days ago in our state. Those are the things we want to see in our state, where everybody used their efforts to bring development to the state, and not confusion, chaos, litigation, insecurity, destabilization, and digress instead of progress. We believe that all our sons and daughters, especially those on the other parties, to please sheath the sword, come together, let us build a better, strong, viral, progressive, prosperous, and glorious Bayelsa State. That's the dream of every politician, and that should be their dream. I believe that after this litigation, we don't think there's any need for anybody to proceed on appeal. They should come. There's a space for everybody in the government for them to play a role and for a role to be played in the state. Bayelsa has a lot of resources that all of us can put our hands to and work to achieve progress of the state. So I believe we want to thank God and also want to thank our brothers. There's no victor, there's no vanquish. We never say that we are victorious over them. It's God that has just vindicated us. It's a matter of vindication. So we want to thank God and thank the press also for being very, very investigative, accurate, prompt, conscious, and meticulous in your reportage. You have been very professional in your reportage, and we never saw anything why we should blame the press for all that had happened, from the beginning of the tribunal to today that the judgment is delivered. So I want to thank the press for also doing a very good job, and we pray that the Nigerian press will continue to always stand up to what they used to be in the days of Azikiwe, Awolowo, and Ernest Ikoli of blessed memory. Thank you.